Yes.
Is there a problem?
What do you mean? Hi, everyone. So hopefully there'll be no disruptions today. I think there might be because a lot of people in my house and not everyone knows I'm in here teaching. So sorry in advance. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Michael, good morning. Nancy, good morning. Hope you're feeling good. All right, we're back. I don't know if any of you followed my challenge last week. Super fun. Went to amazing national parks, Bryce Canyon, Moab, which is my new favorite, hiked to Delicate Arch, and I wish I could show you the images here, but I don't know how to do that, so I can't. But wow, so special. And what I really notice is that my yoga practice shows up for me in my life. And especially when I do something like that, I travel to some amazing location and I'm hiking or relying on my body or doing something that I want to say balance is an aspect of that, where, maybe we're walking on cliff's edges or just anything that, requires physical exertion. And so I really notice when I go away, like, wow, my yoga practice is amazing. Not just my physical practice, although that is huge for preservation of my body, but even my mindset and just the way I show up in my life. So, hello, Stevie. Good morning. Nice to see you. So, thank you for being here. So great to have you. I will be doing another challenge for sure this month because I love it. And I had so much fun last week doing that. So, I'm definitely going to do another challenge. And this is Bone Health Awareness Month. So, definitely going to focus on bone health awareness. All right. Anybody have anything to ask or say or report? And I know that before I came to class today, I was just definitely thinking about how I used to be so informed by all your questions or your issues. And now that it's been over 2 years virtual, there isn't that interaction. I mean, I do have some conversations with you guys on text or email or whatever. So just definitely interesting. Focusing for sure when I teach on the things that I think are really important for healthy aging. So that is what my focus will be unless you direct me otherwise. And I know some of you, so I know some of the stuff that goes on. All right, well, I'm going to go back over there so that I can get back to my post. I do have my heater on. It's kind of chilly here, so I have my heater on. So if it does buzz loudly, I'll go over and turn it off. All right. All right. I need to gather myself, bring myself to this present moment. Not that I'm not already here, but just gather myself in a different way. All right, let me just make sure that this is plugged in. I don't want my computer to be dying on you all. All right. Yes, okay. So let's do this. All right. So for today's practice, please get your props, blanket, strap, and block. Always good to be prepared. Get your props. Let's put the strap off to the side. Let's put the block off to the side. And we're going to use the blanket today in a very basic way. So we're going to take the blanket and put the blanket up by the top of the mat. So I'd like to do a breath work that I believe was really my beginning way when I first started practicing yoga. The beginning way for me to actually manage my mind and to understand how important that was to be able to come to present moment. That stress is what breaks down everything and is relational to all the ailments that we have, illnesses, diseases, and all of that. That stress is a big part of that. So the very first part of me becoming mind body connected, maybe in my 30s, so 20 years ago, was to use my hands on my body. And that was a way to really get me to be very focused. And that's the thing about the practice of yoga. The more tools, the more aspects of you bring to your practice, the more you can start to manage the mind energy. And that's what this is all about, is managing that mental, emotional layer of us, because that's where it all begins, is in that place. So when we do go down onto the ground today to practice our beginning breath work, we're going to be using our hands. And we're going to use our hands in different places. We'll be up in the chest to feel the breath coming into the body here, down on the belly to feel the breath coming in here. And then we'll do this rhythmic pattern, this wave-like pattern, which is really one of my favorite ways to practice, where we have a hand on the heart, hand on the belly, and it could be any one that you want. And I'll guide you through this and then leave you to do this yourself, so you feel and be fully connected with, especially the hands, and feeling the hands and the body move. It could be really, really wonderful. When we do go down on the ground, we have the opportunity to actually correct our posture. And posture is a big factor of breakdown in the body physically. So whether that's our spine with our bones, or that muscular tension of the upper back and neck. So when we come down on the ground, we have this opportunity to correct our posture. So I'd like you to take that opportunity when you can. And to do that, the fold of your blanket, how high you put your blanket, matters. So if you were to put your blanket really high and support your head, then you're not really doing some of the deeper correction posturally of the spine. So try to have your blanket folded as small as you can handle. In some cases, maybe even no blanket, or just a super thin fold of a blanket. All right, so I think I might go down to that. Actually, I'm going to go down to a single layer today, which is really pretty thin. And then you're going to bring yourself onto your side. Let's come forward, keeping the front of our spine open. Whether you have osteoporosis or not, it's a really good idea. And then when you come down, you're going to make sure that the blanket is underneath the head, not the upper back, but the head. And then move yourself so that you could lift your rib cage up and away from the ground and slide your shoulder blades closer to the middle. So your shoulder blades are on the back of your body. That's beginning to correct you. Keep your knees bent at first. It'll allow the low back to relax. And then close your eyes. Allow yourself to arrive. Keep your mouth closed. Start to breathe through your nose, noticing what you notice. Noticing the pace of the mental energy. Notice where your mind goes. And then bring your awareness to your body, quality of your physical energy. Let your hands rest on your belly. And see if you can start to feel your body, feel your belly. Mouth is closed, breathing in and out through the nose. Bringing your awareness to your heart. And see if you could hear or notice what you notice. The pace of your heart, the intensity of the beating of your heart. And don't force your breath to be anything other than it is naturally. So you want your body to be comfortable here. If straightening your legs would be more comfortable for you, try that. Or if the bent knee position feels good, take your feet a little wider than your body, allow your knees to fall in towards each other. Bring your hands up to your chest. Let the upper arm bones rest on the floor. Spread your fingers on your chest. Begin to breathe to the upper chest and feel your hands move, feel your body move. And see if you could notice, does the breath come into both sides of your lungs equally? See if you feel the right side moving and the left side moving. And then use these next couple of breaths to fully expand your lungs up to the sky, out to the sides, and back to the ground. Let's take your hands and slide your hands down your body, all the way down to your belly, below your lower ribs. Spread your fingers. Keep the mouth closed. Breathe in through the nose and direct your breath down to your belly. Breathe up to the sky, out to the sides, and all the way back to the lower back. Breathe as deep as you can. Feel a deep stretch within. Then leave one hand down on the belly. Slide one hand up to the upper chest. Spread your fingers. Let your upper arms rest on the ground. We're going to do a rhythmic like breath, drawing the breath in from the diaphragm, which is the primary breathing muscle by the lower ribs. The breath is going to enter through the diaphragm, and the diaphragm is going to activate the exhale as well. So it's like a wave-like breath. I'll guide you through a couple of rounds, and then you'll go at your own pace. Let's prepare by taking a big exhale. Let's begin. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Continue on your own, feeling your hands move, breathing slowly through the nose. Stay with your belly, lower ribs, chest. Finishing the breath you're on. Take 5 more rounds of breath, slow, deep, and intentional. When you finish your fifth breath, let the breath go back to the body. Let the body breathe itself. Bringing both hands back down to your belly. Feel the belly rise and fall with breath. Feel your hands gently rise and gently fall. Awareness to your fingers and your toes. Start to wiggle the fingers and your mind be in your toes. Bring your awareness to your eyes. Gently allow your eyes to blink themselves open. The quality of the mental energy. Feel. Our body has a miraculous innate ability to self-heal. And when we give it the opportunity by not thinking or not participating in things that take up the mental energy, then the body can go to a place of feeling safe and go to a place of repairing and healing. So it's important that we take that time out, and focusing on your breath as a way to actually create that mind-body connection, which is so valuable for self-healing. Let's take the body and stretch your body. So whatever is appropriate for you. If you have issues in your joints, like the shoulders or the hips, maybe you're not able to fully extend, or maybe you are. So maybe you're out to the side with your body. Maybe you take your legs a little wider, just moving around in whatever feels appropriate. Almost like you would have just woken up from a deep nap and your body is stretching and moving. And then let's bring yourself back to neutral position. So I'd like for today's practice for there to be an intention that you set. I want you to think about something that you want to do in your life. Maybe a place you want to visit, maybe a challenge if you're like to climb, maybe there's a mountain peak you want to hike that's within limits for you. I'm not speaking about Mount Everest here. I think Mount Everest is definitely off the table for a lot of us. But just something, maybe a place you want to visit. Maybe it is to play with grandkids and be able to get down on the ground. Maybe it's not even to play with grandkids. Maybe it's your cats. You want to be able to get down and up from the ground, or even if it's to walk to the end of your block, if that's something that you're wanting to do. And really have that intention in your mind right now, that what we're about to do in today's practice is to strengthen, to lengthen, to increase range of motion, and to work on your body in a way that will get you towards that goal that you're moving towards. So if you'd like to close your eyes and see the place you want to be or go or visit or climb or hike or arrive to or at, and set your intention for your practice today. And go ahead and open your eyes. It may even be to have no pain for a day, to be able to bend in ways you're not used to bending. Whatever it is for you, let it be specific to you. So today's practice, I want us to really integrate the breath with the movements. So let's explore some gentle movements first by bringing the knees into the chest, Take a hold of the knees with your hands. The arms are straight. So don't be around. You're not reaching like this. You're not reaching like this. We're not trying to draw the knees in super intense here. I want you to hold on to the top of your kneecaps so that you really are holding on with your arms. Then take an inhale as you let your arms go straight, and then exhale to draw the knees into your body. Inhale, straighten your arms. Exhale, bend your elbows, draw the knees into your belly, towards your chest. Continue moving like this with breath. Close your eyes. Feel your body move. Feel your pelvis rocking forward and backwards, or backwards and towards neutral. Next time your knees come in, hold on to your left knee and take your right leg, foot goes on the ground. See if you could slide the right leg long slowly. See how that feels for you, for the front of your right hip. Let's hold on underneath the left hamstring, clasp your hands, draw the leg in. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the left knee in deeper. Inhale, release, let the leg soften. Exhale, draw that knee in deeper towards your chest, towards the left armpit. And then if you do not have osteoporosis, you could add the head. If you have osteoporosis, better to not do this with your head. On your exhale, draw your nose to the knee or the knee to the forehead. Inhaling to lower and to release. Exhale, draw the knee in, either lifting the head, or if you have osteoporosis, leaving the head out of the equation. If you lift the head, bring the chin to your chest. Last one. Bend your right knee if it was straight. Put your left foot on the ground. Draw the right knee in. Hold on behind the hamstring. Straighten the left leg if that's appropriate for you. Relax your body when you lengthen. Take an inhale. On the exhale, draw your right knee in deeper. Inhale and exhale. Close your eyes and feel and notice what you notice in your body. If you don't have osteoporosis, you could add the head on your next exhale. Go slow, go with breath. Close your eyes and feel the movement. Finishing up your last move. Bend your left leg if it's straight. Put both feet onto the ground. Bring your hands out to the side. Palms are up towards the sky. Arrange yourself in whatever way you need. If you need to lift your pelvis off the floor, palms are up towards the sky and the arms are out towards the sides. Let's take the feet as wide as the mat. Keep the soles of the feet on the ground. Think about your kneecaps here. You're going to inhale, let your knees go towards one side. Keep your feet on the ground. Exhale, gently press your belly button towards your spine. Bring yourself back up to center. Inhale, let your knees go the opposite direction, as far as they will with the soles of the feet still on the ground. Exhale, press the belly button towards the low back, towards the spine. Keep moving with breath here, slow and with breath. Bring yourself back to center. The way to keep yourself safe, the way to repattern any dysfunction in your body is to increase your body awareness. Closing your eyes, moving slow, you're going to feel where you feel tight, sticky. If we move quickly, we don't notice, we don't see, we just keep throwing our bag of bones around through our lives, contributing to more dysfunction or wear and tear. So really nice to slow the practice down to bring awareness to your practice. Let's take the feet wider now. The heels could be on the mat, the toes are off. Take an exhale. As you inhale, let your legs go towards one side. Let them keep going. Let the weight of the legs go. Soles of the feet roll towards the edges of the feet. As you come back to center, zipper up your midsection or press your belly button towards your spine to protect your low back. So activating the core and then inhaling slowly, letting your knees go to the other direction. Exhale to activate your core to come back to center. Keep moving, close your eyes with breath, with movement, feeling and noticing where you're stretching. You inhale when your legs go to the side. You stretch your body. You feel that stretch. As you exhale, you press your belly button to your spine to bring your legs back up to center. Let your head go the opposite direction of your knees. Starting to warm up the low back, warming up the core, warming up the hips. Finishing up your last move. Bring yourself back up to center. Let's take the feet back to a neutral position. Push your feet into the floor, lift your pelvis up, and then place your pelvis back down. So that last movement added or introduced some rotation, and rotation is where a lot of issues happen. That's where a lot of injuries happen. It's also a way to stretch the low back muscles. And so if you do it with awareness, especially if you're someone with low back issues, it can be very protective to move slowly, close your eyes, match your breath with the movement, and be in your body. So let's go on to moving the spine a little deeper. Let's take the block, bring the block between your knees. And let's actually move the feet off the floor one at a time so that you stay pretty neutral in your body here. And then walk your feet away from your body a little bit. You could keep the blanket behind your head here. We're going to lift our bodies up, but make sure that it's really low fold, like maybe one length or nothing at all. So one fold or nothing at all for your blanket. And then you're going to take your arms down alongside your body, push your hands into the ground, lift your upper back off the ground, slide your shoulder blades towards your spine. Then take your hands behind your head, so stretching the shoulder girdle and the upper body. Hands are clasping your head. I like to put my thumbs down my neck. And the elbows are reaching long and away from me, and then press your elbows towards the ground. You may already feel some stretch here in the armpit area. You may even feel this all the way down towards your pubic bone area or the lower belly. So let's start to undulate the spine. The feet are block distance. So let's do some pulsing on the block. So squeeze the block pretty strongly. See if you could feel your inner thigh muscles activate. Close your eyes. See if you could feel anything in the low back area or anything in the torso moving. As you contract and release, squeeze and release the block between the legs. And let's do a little spinal movement here. Squeeze the block, take an inhale. The low back is not touching the ground, but the tushy is. As you exhale, zipper up your midsection slowly, tilting the pelvis back, pressing the low back towards the ground. Feel the pelvis rock towards the back. Feel the low back pressing into the ground. And as you inhale, slowly release. Feel your body rocking back to a neutral position. Feel the middle of the pelvic area touching the ground. As you exhale, gently zipper, zipper, zipper. Contract your core muscles, press your belly button to your spine. Try to flatten the lower back into the ground. Inhale to soften. Exhale, squeeze the block, activate the core, push the belly towards the spine and the spine towards the ground. Only moving your lower body here, from lower ribs all the way to the tip of the tailbone, moving the 7 lower spine bones. On your next exhale, you're going to lift your upper body up off the ground, elbows out to the side, nose up towards the sky if you have osteoporosis. If you don't have osteoporosis, you could bring that flexion all the way up to the cervical spine, bringing the elbows towards each other, chin towards the chest, flatten the low back into the ground. You inhale to come down. You exhale to rise slowly. Move with breath. You exhale to rise, zippering up the midsection, contracting the core, pressing the belly towards the spine,
spine towards the ground. One more. And then bring yourself all the way down, bring your hands onto your belly. So I feel a lot of heat when I do that. I feel muscular work when I do that. So hoping that you're experiencing the same thing. Keep your feet where they are. Keep your arms down alongside your body. Press your arms into the ground. Lift your chest up off the ground. No blanket behind your head here. And your feet are kind of a little bit farther away from your body. They're not, you didn't walk them closer. So you may want to take your feet up off the ground one at a time. Squeeze the block. Take an exhale. As you inhale, let your low back touch the ground first. Start to peel your spine one vertebra at a time off the ground. Lift the left hand up, thumb leading the way. Let your head turn towards the right. Try to touch the ground with the hand if it will, and then exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Begin by pressing the low back into the ground. You peel your spine off, maybe up to where, like right below the heart when you lift off. Really squeeze the block, press your feet into the ground so you get that nice low body activation, the glutes, the hamstrings, really important for your overall well-being. And one of the main areas that's going to help you achieve your goals of walking, hiking, playing, dancing, doing all the things you want to do. You inhale to rise. You exhale to lower. Nice and slow, using the core to manipulate or to mobilize the spine and the pelvis. Last one on each side. Bring yourself all the way down. Let's walk the feet closer to your body. Maybe you could touch your heels. You're that close. Not everyone, but some of you can get that close. Arms are either straight down or arms are bent. Lift the head up, lengthen the back neck. Squeeze the block. Tilt your pelvis back so you're flattening your low back towards the ground. Try to get the whole top edge of your pelvis to touch the ground. Squeeze the block. Squeeze your tushy. Take an exhale. As you inhale, eyes are closed. Start to peel your spine away from the ground, one vertebra at a time. As you come up towards the heart, feel the back of the heart lifting away, away, away. Push your chest up towards your nose. Really bend the upper spine. And then exhale, place one vertebra at a time down onto the ground, all the way to the tailbone. Inhale, leading with the tailbone. Point the tailbone up and away. That's going to tilt the pelvis back, flatten the low back, peel the spine up, bend your spine at the end of the inhale. Exhale to place the spine back down on the ground. Last one. When you come up, stay up here. Take 5 breaths up here. Your breaths, 5 of them. And when you finish the 5, you can come down. Bringing yourself down at the end of your last breath. Bring the blanket back underneath your head. Take your block out to the side. Slowly draw your knees in one at a time. Rock side to side. And bring your knees, feet back down the ground. So that's a lot of back bending, and a counter posture for back bending is twist. So we're going to come into a twist with breath to stretch the back, the lower back. So let's take the feet, walk the feet closer to your body. Lift your pelvis off the ground and shift just the pelvis over to the left. Keep the rib cage where it is. Pelvis is over to the left. Reach down to grab your block. Draw your left knee in and your right knee. Arms are to the side, and slowly let your knees move over to the right. Try to keep your rib cage on the ground. Try to keep your shoulder blades on the ground, especially that left shoulder. You may need to have the block underneath your legs or in between your legs. And you may not even need a block at all, just a recommendation. Trying to keep the shoulder blades on the ground and the heart and the chest pressing up towards the sky and the knees pressing off to the right. So do what's appropriate for you here. You could take hold of the left leg with the right arm. Create a nice long left waist. So push the top of your left pelvis away from you with the muscles of your body to have as much length in the lower torso as possible. And then take 5 long, deep, slow breaths here. Breathing down to your left low back, your left waist, your left low belly. At the end of that 5th breath, we're going to move to the other side. So take the top knee, draw the top knee in deeply. Start to move onto your back. Bring the other knee in deeply. And then bring yourself back to neutral. Push your feet into the floor, lift your pelvis up, place your pelvis back down in a neutral. Take the block into the other hand. Push your feet into the ground, lift the pelvis up, shift the pelvis over to the right. Keep the rib cage on the ground. Place the pelvis down. Draw your knees in one at a time. And then begin to let your knees go to the left. Either the block may need to be under them, in between them, doing what feels appropriate for you in your body. You could take the left hand on top of the right leg. And create a lot of space in the right side here, the low back. Push the pelvis away from the lower ribs. And 5 long, deep breaths to the right waist, the right low back, the right low belly. finishing your last breath. To come out, you're going to bring the top leg in and then bring yourself up. Push your feet into the floor, lift your pelvis up, draw the knees into the chest and side to side. Coming on to your side. Take your hand onto the ground. You're going to open up your hand. You're going to look down towards your hand, and then you're going to push yourself up and bring yourself all the way up. Just checking in to see how you feel. Slower practice is sometimes harder for some people. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you love what you're doing. It's super valuable for maintaining a lot of function and health in your body. Okay, let's take our blankets. So we're going to come to a seated position to do a little stretching with a strap for the upper body. So you decide how you want to sit. You may need to sit in a crisscross leg position with your blanket folded so you can be elevated. Or if you're able to do a supported hero's pose, that would be my preferred choice if your knees bend. The hero's pose, you could put your block underneath your tushy like this. You could actually put a couple of blocks or a pillow or a blanket between your legs here to elevate your pelvis. So if you're able to sit like this, find a lot of support to do this. If you have knees that don't really like to bend, maybe you could have a lot of pillows, especially harder pillows from a sofa maybe, because it's a really great way to allow the pelvis to be in a neutral position, which will then let the spine be in a nice position. So whatever you're gonna do, find some seated position in your body. Bring yourself into that. Let's take the hands down alongside the body. Take an exhale. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale down. Now, only raise your arms as high as your shoulders will let you. If you have limitations, stop where you need to. Inhale up and exhale. Try to reach your fingers really long. Stretch your hands. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And then bring yourself back. Let's take your arms out to the side. Inhale. Exhale, bring your arms back to center. Lift your arms as high as your shoulders will let you. Open your throat, open your chest. Let your shoulder blades slide towards each other. Exhale back to center. Inhale. Go really, really deep here. Really find a stretch of your body. You're not just casually putting your arms here. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. So try not to be elevated up here when you're moving. Let your shoulders be down low. Exhale to close, inhale to open. Last one, open and stay here. Stay here. If you can get your arms to be shoulder height, great. Chin parallel towards the ground. Head is on top of your spine. Keep pushing your hands back. Try to get your hands to be alongside your body. If you'd like, you can look side to side. Get the wrists above the elbows and fingers above the wrists. Feel like your shoulder blades are pressing towards your heart and lifting your heart up. Take one more breath. And then go ahead, bring your arms down. Shoulders are forward, up, back and down. Forward, up, back and down.
And then go ahead and rest. Let's reach for the strap. Grab your strap. So the intention here is to stretch the torso as much as possible and the arms. A little bit harder for people with shoulder issues to do this full movement. So the full movement is to have your arms pretty wide. We're gonna go back and forth, and you're gonna go side to side. So really stretching the upper torso, and then we'll stretch the arms like this. So these are all the movements we're gonna do with the strap. So do your best. If your shoulders, you're having issues with your shoulders, it'll be pretty hard maybe to go here. So maybe you're able to do something like this with the elbows bent. Really the focus, yes, we're gonna stretch the armpits and the arms, but I really wanna get a lot of stretch here in the torso. So do the best you can do. Modify and try to feel your way into what's appropriate for you. So go ahead and take your strap nice and long in whatever way you're going to here. Let's exhale to bring the arms forward and inhale to bring your arms up. Let your throat open. Exhale and inhale. Go slow, go deep. Keep moving. And then on your last one, come all the way up and back. Stay here, open your throat. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and bring yourself out. We're gonna do a little lateral side movement here. So let's take the strap up overhead, reach up tall, have it at least be over the center of your head. So not forward. Try to have it over the center of your head or even back behind your head. You're going to go side to side here, bending your spine, stretching your torso. You inhale up and exhale into the stretch. Inhale up to lengthen, exhale into the stretch. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's take one arm up, holding on to the strap. Take the opposite hand. See if you can reach back and grab the strap. So it's called cow face pose. And this is, you're trying to get one hand to come towards the other. So stretching the front shoulder on one side, stretching the tricep on the other. Reach your elbow up, one elbow down. Reach, reach, reach. Feel the stretch wherever you feel the stretch. Take one more breath. And then slowly bring yourself out of that. Let's go to the other side. Take your opposite hand up. Elbow is up towards the sky. Reach back and grab the strap. Walk the hands towards each other. One elbow up, one elbow down. They're different. Different sides respond differently. Typically, I would say that the hand you use the most is the tighter side. Really reach up with the elbow and down with the elbow. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and bring yourself out. Take your strap off to the side. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Come back to a neutral. Take your elbows or your shoulders up and then drop them. Up and then drop them. Up and drop them. Keep your teeth together. Take an inhale. Exhale, chin goes straight down towards your chest. Inhale, chin up towards the sky. Elbows are under the shoulders. Exhale, chin to chest. Close your eyes. Inhale, chin up towards the sky. Mobilizing your cervical spine, stretching the throat, the neck, releasing tension here. Bring yourself back to center. Take an exhale. Inhale, one ear goes straight up towards the sky. Exhale back to center. Inhale, the ear pushes straight upwards towards the sky. Back to center. Bring yourself back to center, a little rotation. Head looks side to side. And bring yourself back to center. Let's come up. Let's take the blanket, folding the blanket. Come on to all fours and let's move, either crawl around where you are, crawl around all over, or crawl around forward and backwards if your knees need to be on a blanket. Kind of resetting everything, resetting the joints of the body, strengthening the wrists. Keep your hands wide. And then bring yourself back. And then bring yourself all the way up. Take your wrist, shake your wrists. So I'd like to do a plank, and this plank can be any degree of challenge it needs to be for you. So do what's appropriate for you. This is strengthening the whole front of the body. We did the bridge pose a little earlier, and the bridge pose does the whole posterior chain, or a lot of the posterior chain. And then this plank will do front body. So it's a really powerful posture to get a lot of muscles at once and to really develop a lot of strength in your body. So you're gonna come down onto all fours. You choose. You could do plank like this. You could do plank in a modification, or you could come down into the dolphin version, the forearm plank if you need to. So the pointer fingers are forward. Try to get your hands as close to underneath your shoulders as you can. Take one foot back, take the other foot back. When you get here, really establish yourself here. So make sure all 5 toes on either side are making a nice connection. Push your heels back so you feel your calves stretch. Your body weight is distributed between the lower body and the upper body. And then open up your hands, spread your fingers, and press your fingers into the mat. So you really feel activation of all of your hands. If you'd like to do a little challenge when you're here, maybe lifting one leg off at a time is a nice little challenge. Couple breaths here.
If you'd like, you could take a hand off, one or the other, or hold one off for a breath or two. Let's take one more breath here. Really push away from the ground with the hands, with the feet. And then bring yourself down, bring yourself out. Either rest up here or sit on your heels. Let's take your hands on your thighs, close your eyes. Deep breaths all the way down to your belly. Feel and notice whatever you notice. So we're going to come down onto the ground, preparing to allow the integration of everything that was practiced in the practice today to sink into your tissues. So do whatever you need to do to prepare yourself for Shavasana. When you come down onto the ground, bring your limbs up into the sky if that feels okay for you, to allow everything to settle. Do a little shake, shake, shake. Really casual shaking of your limbs. This is a way to nicely deep set that hip. But you got to be careful. If it's too much tension for your low back, bend your knees a little bit more. Really let everything settle. Close your eyes. Bring yourself into a Shavasana. Legs are nice and long, nice and wide, maybe as wide as your mat, off your mat. Let your arms be out to the side, palms are up. Let go. Feel the weight of your body. Release. Bring your awareness to your breath and focus on your breath. Hariam, Hariam, Niname, Kame, Gobinde Mokande, Udare Abare, Hariam, Hariam, Niname Kame, Gobinde Mokande, Udare Abare, Hariam, Hariam, Niname Kame, Gobinde Mokande, Udare Abare, Hariam, Hariam, Diname Kame, Govinde, Mukande, Udare Abare, Hariam, Hariam, Diname Kame. Gently begin to deepen your breath. And start to bring awareness to your fingers and your toes. Bending your knees. Draw your knees in one at a time. Rocking side to side. Come onto your side. Gently push away from the ground to come up to seated. Sit nice and tall. Bring your hands together, pressing thumbs to the chest, chest to the thumbs. Nice, long, tall spine. We're going to close with a humming sound. Take a big exhale. Inhale. Bowing in gratitude. Namaste. All right. I feel nice and mellow, yet I know that I realigned my spine. So I feel really relaxed, yet I know I lubricated my spine, strengthened my spine, activated my core muscles, strengthened the front of my body with the plank, strengthened the back of my body, created all of that great healthy aging and helping me be able to do all the things I want to do, travel, hike, and do all the great adventures I want to do in my life. All right. Oh, definitely feel relaxed in a good way. You're welcome, Nancy. Hi, Janice. Did you guys get the audio? Did anyone else have issues with audio? I definitely talked a little less today. Sometimes I try to do that. You're welcome, Michael. Did you guys get the audio? Janice wasn't able to get the audio. So bizarre. Let me see. Can you hear me now, though?
That is so weird. Why is Stevie not getting it? Why was Janice not getting it, but Michael and Nancy were? All right. I don't know. Stevie and Janice, what devices are you on? And Nancy and Michael, what devices are you on? I wonder if that's part of it. And Kathy did too. Kathy, what are you on? So your iPad doesn't work, but your iPhone does, Stevie? And then Janice, I'm not sure if you're still here. Mac. And Aunt Nancy got the audio. Yeah, I see audio here, but honestly, I do see it's really low. Like if you look at the buttons at the bottom, TV. Okay, so it's all different things. All right, I'll try to ask my husband, see if I could pinpoint that. Sorry about that. Anyway, we got to love technology. Got to love it. Got to not love it. All right, everyone, I'm going to go because I've got another class in 10 minutes and I need to prepare a Mac. So the Mac was working, TV was working. Stevie's iPad wasn't working, but her iPhone was. And then Janice, not sure if you're here, but I'm wondering what you're on. All right. Thank you for helping me figure that out. Macs and TVs are working. iPad is not. Phone is. All right. I'll try to figure it out, or I'll ask. All right, everyone. I'll see you next time. Tomorrow I'm teaching Yoga for Osteoporosis. Oh, and your iPad's working. Okay. There's no rhyme or reason, Kathy. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know what to say, but I do know that that has happened a couple of times. So go figure. Sorry, Janice, and glad. Let me see. Okay. All right. I'll try to ask. Anyway, all right. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you later.